Hello and welcome to your space-themed kit. We're so happy to be here with you as part of the Change is Good event for Community Partners of Dallas. And space is such a fun theme. We can't wait to unpack this and show you everything. How awesome. We're ready to blast off with you with our astronaut cookie and our rocket cookie. We also have the palette cookie. Those are where the colors are. And then we also have this packet of sprinkles. I'm just going to open this up and dump it into a cup that I have right here. And then there's also the paintbrush. So, take this out of the way. Get all of our cookies ready. Paint. All right. So I'm going to start with the rocket. So what I'm going to do is wet the brush, and I'm going to activate the color dot by rubbing the water onto it. So I've got this blue color dot here. So I have my wet brush, and I'm working the water onto the dot, and it is going to create the paint. So I'm going to start by painting my top section here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to paint all of the blue areas first and then move on to another color. One thing we want to be careful to do with our rocket cookie is painting the side. Make sure you get that color all the way worked to the bottom. I'm going to do another blue section here. There we go. Again, I'm going to work this to the edge. Okay, then what I'm going to do now is actually apply my sprinkles. So I've got my sprinkles here, and what I'm going to do is put them into my hand. I like to do the sprinkle sections first. So I'm going to just dump my sprinkles on there, and what you'll see is when I tap them, the sprinkles only stick to the part that I've painted. So that's why I start with this. That way these sections are dry and I can brush any sprinkles off, and then I'll paint them later. And I only get sprinkles on the part I want to have sprinkles on. I'm going to turn this around, dump them on there. There we go. And then tap, 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 and they fall right off. And then you can add a few if you're thinking, oh, I want some little ones, or I don't have enough silver. Get those on there. Move them around and make sure that you like the way it looks. And then we can let them dry and they'll stick. Perfect. Now I'm going to continue. So I'm going to move on to my orange. I'm working the water in here, creating the paint. I always test it on the palette cookie first to make sure that I like the color that I'm working with. The longer you work the water in, the darker it will get. Okay, so I've got my orange. I'm going to paint the edges here. Okay, and then I'm going to blend in some red with my red color dot here. Check that color on the palette cookie. I like that, so I'm going to start up here. this all on there, and then we kind of blend it a little bit when we get to the part where the orange and the red meet. Work that in there, see? They'll combine nicely. So I'm going to just work that in. And kind of move the orange up into the red, move the red into the orange. And they'll blend together, giving you a nice flame-like bottom. Perfect. And you can use a little water, just plain water, to remove some of the color if you think, oh, that's a little too red. I want to go back and add a little bit of orange. You can play with it a little bit. Maybe take a little bit more of the red off here. Taking the red off, adding a little bit more orange. There we go. Perfect. Now for the rest of the rocket. We're working with our last color here, our purple. Testing it, make sure I like it. Painting our sections. And a little bit more water. Create the paint. Go over here. Perfect. We've got our purple. I'm going to do a little bit of orange right here. There we go. And all the color. It's into the little nooks and crannies. Want to make sure you get all in there. And I just brushed that black line a little bit, and I'm just going to remove that. Put some more orange on there. Perfect. I'm going to do red in the middle. We'll be all done. Beautiful. There's my rocket. All right. Now it's time to move on to our astronaut. I think I'm going to go with more blue here. I'm going to paint this guy. Whoops. Blue on one side. The best part about Color My Cookie is that you can do whatever you want. There are no rules. And my astronaut has one side of his suit blue and one side of his suit is going to be orange. And that's just how my astronaut looks. Okay. Got my orange suit, my blue suit. There we are. Perfect. What I'm going to do here is give him some red right there. Perfect. Now I'm going to show you, you can just use water also to stick the sprinkles on. So I've got my sprinkles here, and I'm just going to use water instead of the paint. You can use either. My sprinkles will stick just fine. And see, I show you So you can see I did the sprinkles on here second, or not first. I did my painting first. And now you see that these are sticking. And so you can remove them with the brush. That will be fine. But that's why I like to do the sprinkles first. All right, so I'm going to go back up here, finish my blue half of his helmet. A little bit. Clean this up a little bit. There we go. My orange. All right. And there's my astronaut. All right, so I've got my astronaut and my rocket, and that is your space-themed mini Color My Cookie kit. Thank you everyone for watching this video on Color My Cookie, and thank you to all you kids who are helping other kids. And remember, the best part about Color My Cookie is eating it.